there has been an increasing demand for directors to be aware of the new business landscape. There has been a transformation in corporate governance, in the concept of corporate governance, moving from traditional governance to mindful governance. And that incorporates areas of risks like climatic change, AI, technology, sustainability, to mention a few.
The ecosystem, the economics, geopolitics and so on has been evolving very fast.
We are working in a very dynamic environment.
And so has the corporate governance landscape as well.
New technologies are coming in and it's revolutionizing the whole work environment.
Technology is becoming a more and more niche and specialized skills. But I think what the board should really look at is that what's right. What will cause us to be a sustainable company in the future, looking at an equitable, inclusive society and making financial services affordable.
The good thing about this conference is that it's the platform that gathers both public and private sector.
I'm glad that at the level of the MIoD and all the stakeholders, we are all very aware of that, and we are taking all the steps to be able to reflect on what we should do.
And it's not just hard from an external perspective, but it's also hard from an internal perspective. It requires us to champion a culture change, a mindset shift within the organization, starting right at the top, which is the corporate governance, which is the board, the directors, going all the way up to the last mile.
But even then, what is the best metrics, best performance measurement and so on? International bodies are struggling with that. So we've got to catch up a little bit to reach their level, and that's what we are hoping to do with the review of the present code of corporate governance.
It has got to embrace that dynamism and innovativeness. We feel that there are other parameters which need to be taken into consideration.
Well, in fact, we have already been having discussions with regard to a revision of the new code.
We are seen in this part of the world to be the leader. Not because we want to be the leader in terms of metrics, we want to be the leader because this is the correct way of doing things.
In spite of the fact that Mauritius is still number one in Africa in corporate governance, there has been some adverse comments on Mauritius. Now, is it because we have not kept pace with the changes, or is it because other countries have realized, maybe later than us, how important corporate governance is and they are catching up?
And the NCCG would like eventually, perhaps next year, to work on a stewardship code which will make institutional investors understand what their rights are.
So we are eagerly waiting for the ESG framework to be implemented by the various regulatory authorities and the ministries. So we know what certain parameters which can be followed. Governance, already we have NCCG coming up with the code. If NCCG also come up with ESG, I think that can also help.
And as you can see, the level of discussion that we've been having, the topics, the practicalities of things, and the importance of directors having to continue their education on corporate governance and about board effectiveness, diversity, and so on. So many issues have been raised. And of course, there would be the third annual corporate governance next year, and we will be at the forefront of many more advocacy forums on key themes that matter to the business community.